Hello. I haven't done this for a while. Uh, Nigel the nomad, pontificating to the screen. Ugh, the truth. I want to tell you the truth. Oh dear. Are we making it up as we go along? Yeah, somewhat. Sure, there's external forces, but do we bow down to those external forces? Lots of people do. I've chosen not to, but lots of people do. There was a room full of people last night at the club. Oh, I got to put the date on this, don't I? I don't know what it is. August the something. Anyway, 2026. It's just an old man talking to the screen. That's all. Nothing spectacular. But if you want to chat, you can chat. It's up to you. Ask me questions. I can honestly say I will do my best to answer them, but it's my truth. Okay. Was born in 1956 in England, a totally different country from the USA, which is struggling to find its own identity and has done since its European invasion, which happened a long time before the 250th anniversary of the blah, 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 the Declaration of Independence dance. I'm almost at that stage where, adult diapers are completely an option here. Independence dance. But when a nation struggles with its identity, it's because this nation is being told, you individually are this nation, which is a load of shit. Yet you still believe it. You know, if there is a truth here, it's you are not the country you were born into. You're not that. No, you're a human being. Humanity, passion, compassion for others, empathy, all the things that make you a human being, not a human doing, but a human being, right? So, honestly, when somebody says, USA, USA, they don't know what they're talking about. They have no idea. Because they're not their country. They should be saying me, but not in a hedonistic or hedonistic, if it depends on which language you're using, American or English, but not in that sort of way. You know, I mean, there are certain things I love about England, where I was born. There's certain things I love about New Zealand, which I visited, and Australia and China. And, I've traveled a lot, but it's like there are certain things I like about all of them, but that doesn't mean I am them no more than I am English. It's like I don't, if you identify as your country, then I'm afraid it's small r racist for you. But it's still ridiculous to think that we all live in a society Oh, I got a number one guest. Um, Somebody that you know, they get this crown with number one because they're the number one. JS-FG4MZ. You little butt pirate. But it's B-U-T-T. So I think he's saying that I'm a homosexual, which none of his fucking business. But, you know, if that's how he thinks he's going to slander me, then he's dumb as a box of hammers. Oh, Sunshine Sugar Bear, how you doing? How you doing, darling? You okay? She comes into the chat quite often and makes comments on my Tunnel Mental page about my music and my art. Oh, you're doing good? That's great. I love that. You are now able to ask me any question you want, and you know that. So whatever, I'll try my best to answer it. Riddy Mag Mam Gain, hey. Well, that's not a question, is it? Hey. Essentially, yes, I'm going back to medical school for veterinarian medicine. That's awesome. You are now number one. Thank you. You're now number one, Sunshine Sugar Bear 909. That is awesome. I'm so happy that you're doing that because, you know, I'm actually looking after my estranged or strange wife. No, she's a strange wife. Anyway, but I'm looking after her animals, and one of them's an old dog that's barely hanging on, but doesn't seem in pain. So we're doing our best to keep her happy. And one of the cats that's one of three cats that live here, but that cat is started off feral and so goes out every day, but has now got that eye problem that cats have with their third eyelid. She probably got into a fight, but she's getting better, and we've been giving her antibiotics just in case, and she's doing okay, but it doesn't look good. I mean, you know, one of her eyes has got like a third eyelid that closes over. Anyway, that's veterinary talk. I want to talk about husbands. Yes, we love animals. Yes, very much so. I love most of nature. I am somewhat perplexed by human society as a collective. Individually, I think most people are fairly rational. Most are fairly rational. But they're also mean-spirited, and I don't like that. So they have to find out who their real spiritual adversary is in this experience. You know, who's their real enemy? And it's the spiritual adversary that lives within all of us and outside of all of us and controls pretty much everything, but doesn't control you because you understand that you have a choice. In your case, Sunshine Sugar Bear 909, you've already understood that for a long time. But most people do not understand that there is a spiritual adversary that tries to control us by tweaking and twisting the system till we start blaming each other for everything that's going wrong in this world, which is bollocks. It's rubbish. It's a fake world, but we've got to learn to deal with the fakery and stop being manipulated. And that's all I'm trying to do, is help people stop being manipulated by a system that you don't really agree with. I'll give you a quick rundown of a phone call I got earlier this morning, actually just before I decided to do this. It was a local number, but it was not somebody I knew. But I thought, well, I better answer it. So I answered it, and of course it's some salesman trying to sell me something. And we had a nice, his name was Anthony. He was trying to sell me on reducing my bills. And I said, what if I don't pay them? What if I just stop paying my bills? And he went, well, yeah, but I mean, you can't do that. And I said, what do you mean I can't? Oh dear. Now, can't is a red flag for me. So I said, well, let's look at the possibilities here. One, I pay my bill, which is extortionate and ridiculous, which I can't afford. Two, I decide not to pay my bill. Let's say it was the electricity bill. But I give them a token payment here and there and just keep them at bay until I die, because it's extortionate. There are many other options, and he presented a third option, which is I can help you reduce your electricity bill. And I said, but no, I'm going to choose the first one. I'm not going to pay it. And he said, but they'll cut off your service. And I said, no, they won't. No, they won't. I'll just drop them a little bit of money now and again, but I'll die in debt, and they'll keep sending bills, and I'll use it to insulate the house. I'll use all the bills, the paper bills. I'll use them to insulate the house. He didn't get me at all. I'm sorry, Anthony. I know you're trying to make sales. But there's a lot of people telemarketing and fishing around to try and take your money from you, what little you do have. And so if you can find your own truth, you can understand that there is a way of making a stance without damaging yourself. And that's the only way to go, really. Even though the system is, like I say, it's being run by a spiritual adversary at the moment, somebody who's an enemy but not really showing their face. It's a realm of controls. I don't think there's any one individual behind it. It's not like, ha ha ha, we're gonna make them fight. No, it's not. It's not in the conspiracy theory realm. It's just we've allowed this to happen, to escalate, to escalate, to escalate, and now we don't know how to de-escalate. And now they're going to try and sell us some form of artificial intelligence that will help us de-escalate. It's just another tool in their toolbox that they want us to use. But the thing is, I don't want to use their tools. I want to be me. So I'm going to be me regardless. Carry on regardless. That's a good one. Anyway, I'm going to drink my coffee, do my laundry, have a shower. I have a doctor's appointment today, which is just jumping through hoops. It's just a scheduled 6-month visit that you have to do in order to maintain your free insurance. If you don't go, they cut off your insurance. So you have to go once in a while to keep that insurance alive. And that puts a little cha-ching into the medical profession's box. And they're very happy because that's the way they make their money. And most of them have private patients too, so they make a lot of money. And somebody said to me last night, it was like, well, yeah, but I mean, it's good to know, like all these tests they're doing. I said, okay, let's say I do a full gamut of tests, and they let me know that I've got a load of things wrong according to the numbers and statistics that come back. What do I do to alleviate the problems based on their statistical analysis? Well, if it's having an operation, I don't want one. If it's following protocol for certain ailments that make you feel worse than you already are, I don't want them. I feel pretty good. I mean, I do some exercise, I do my bits and pieces. I do take some pills and sort of supplements for my diet to make myself feel good. I do exercise, like I say, but I mean, not enough probably because I'm a lazy bastard. I'd rather talk to this phone than actually be in a gymnasium. I like jokes. I like having fun. I had a good night last night at the club. It was unusual Tuesday at the local Sunspace club, which was fun. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, a lot of people make choices based on external pressures. And the external pressures are usually trying to tell you to do something they want you to do. Well, I'd rather do what I want to do. So, my truth. So, we're back to that. Truth. I'm telling the truth, mate. I know nothing. Oh, God, I love this. Life is so fun. So fun. Oi, oi, oi. I'm in Los Angeles. I'm bound to be at the tip, the sharp end of the external control system and the spiritual adversary, that nasty person, that nasty, no, not person, that nasty way of controlling people by manipulating them. And it's nearly always it's just a ruse. It's just get you to go away. Well, I ain't going away because I got my truth. All right, love you all. Going out to another club tonight with a bunch of mates. Going to go and see an Australian band who seem like they're having fun. They've got like funny songs with funny lyrics, which brilliant musicians. So that should be fun. Cheers then. Live, love, life. That's it. Simple, isn't it? You know, that's my truth. Gosh. That's it. All right. Lots of love. 20 minutes, 17 minutes, whatever. Cheers then. Thank you, Sunshine Sugar Bear 909. You are so brilliant. And it will be a pleasure to meet you one day. Maybe. Let's see. I'm here in Shadow Hills, California, just north of Burbank. Come visit.